Also today we are looking at what could easily be a Mercurial Vapor 12 and a Superfly 6 made for the Sith. It's black, and then it's orange. And it matches you.
Look, can you see what's going on in here?
That's pretty clever. Did you think about that?
No.
No? Okay. But listen, if some people out there, they weren't necessarily too happy about the launch colorway, and you can say about it what you want, but it's out there. So Nike basically went to satisfy everyone and kind of flipped it. So now we have, instead of an orange with a black swoosh, we have a black one with an orange swoosh.
Yep. Sick. This is crazy, you know?
Oh my god. Listen, I was a little bit skeptical about the whole design of the Superfly and the Vapor for that matter. With the swoosh placement and the size and all that stuff, I thought it looked a little bit like an American football team. But on the black one, I gotta eat my words.
This is so nice, man.
It's so nice.
As you can see, they've already been used a little bit.
A little bit. That's because
we took them out.
We gave them a good playtest.
Yeah.
So the review's coming.
And you know, it just looks crazy on the pitch. And you know, these small touches like the little glitter stuff on the laces.
Yes.
Like, because it pops out a little bit more than on the launch colorway for me.
Yes.
You know, just because it's like overall vibes are black, so you know, obviously then anything that is bright is gonna pop.
Yes.
But it just looks really, really good.
There's a bit of reveal here. I don't know if you can see it. Some orange reveal when you put it on. It stretches a lot when you put it on, but you can actually get in. You can put it on. And that's the beauty of this one, because this is kind of like the first Superfly, and let's appreciate the Vapor for a bit. Oh my god.
It's crazy. Talking about the fit, actually, you know, it's funny because it seems like that the Vapor is a little bit more stiff compared to the Superfly.
Yes.
You know, the difference is not huge, and you know, the Vapor is gonna stretch once you wear it.
Yes.
But I just feel like the Superfly is a little bit softer straight out of the box.
But it seems to me that you know, we're talking about this. The boot is constructed in a way so you basically have to fly knit. It's a one-piece fly knit upper, and then they took the same technology they did on the fly knit ultras, where they took this here silicone Nike skin coating that they used to kind of like protect the Nike skin, and they used a gradual coating, which basically means that on the bottom it's full, you can almost see it here, and then it kind of gradually gets more and more untreated towards the top. But if we look at the Superfly and compare it to the Vapor, you can almost see that it becomes untreated a little bit faster.
Yeah.
Which is probably why it feels, especially on the side, feels ever so slightly softer than the Vapor does.
The difference is very small, but you can feel it.
You can feel it until you break it in, especially on the Vapor. Until you break it in, it's gonna be a little bit stiff on the sides compared to the Superfly.
Yeah.
It's not much, and it's not gonna, you know, affect which of the two boots I would take personally, but you definitely feel it, especially in hand.
Yeah, you can feel it right away. But again, you know, I can fit the Vapor.
You fit the Vapor.
That says a lot.
For the first time, basically ever.
Yeah, and obviously, you know, it still needs a little bit of love in the beginning. Like, you need to spend a few hours breaking it in, if not more. But, you know, it's possible.
but that's the thing, compared to the Fly Knit Ultra, this one is a little bit more stiff.
Yeah.
So there is a difference. Don't go out and expect just to get a Fly Knit Ultra. It's not. To me, it's to some extent better, simply because the knit has been made thinner and it's a finer knit. So it's also less, should we say, it's less rough than the Fly Knit Ultra.
Yeah, you can definitely see that, you know, the Fly Knit Ultra was the practice model.
Yes.
You know, and then they took stuff that was good about it, and then they tweaked it a little bit.
Yes. The funny thing is that on both boots here, we also have oops, that's a sticker. We don't need that. There's this orange stuff on the black one, the yellow stuff on the orange one, the inserts in the heel that kind of remind me of the stuff we saw on the Vapor 3s. But actually, on the Vapor 3s, they gave you blisters. On the Vapor 4, they gave you blisters. But on this, I haven't experienced any bad stuff yet. It just simply hucks the foot and locks it in a little bit better than we know from, say, the Superfly 5. Which is nice. I enjoyed. I got a little bit of light chafing on top of my my heel from this at first, but apart from that,
well, talking about the heel cup, you know, the first time I put on, I think it was the Vapor. it felt like, you know, my heel wasn't fully in.
Okay.
You know?
Yes.
But it went away. So maybe because you can feel these things on the heel feel kind of like these soft pillows.
Yes.
In a way.
Yes.
Like these very thin, soft pillows.
Absolutely.
So maybe they, you know, they just molded.
Maybe it's because your foot is so weird that they just needed some punch a bit. But anyway, you can get in, and that's the good thing because the upper is free and untreated. On top, it means it stretches a lot more. It's simply the Flyknit that stretches, which means that I can get in with my relatively slim foot, and you with your boat of a monster truck foot can get in as well.
But now I want to talk about, you know, the new Mercurials have been out for a while.
Yes.
So how do you think, and obviously we want to hear also from you guys, like, how has the reception been? Because obviously it's always gonna like break the internet when a new Mercurial comes out.
You know what? I think actually the reception was different to, let's see here, to what I expected. Because when we saw the Vapor, it took me some time to adjust to it. I gotta admit, I was a big fan of the design on the Vapor 11. I really liked it. So it took me a while to get used to, especially the new swoosh placement. But I like the new silhouette, especially on the Vapor. I think on the Superfly it's a bit, you know, people have responded okay-ish. But I also think that is such a radical change.
Yeah.
That it kind of, and all radical changes will need some time.
Yeah, and obviously there's some people who say like it should be synthetic.
Yes. But that's a whole other discussion. And I think, you know, it's radical, it's bold, and I'm not necessarily fond of the launch colorway, so I think that with this, there's going to be a lot more people who will actually appreciate how cool looking of a boot it actually is.
Yeah.
Because this, to me, can rival not necessarily the black gold Flyknit Ultra, but it gets very, very close. Yeah. Especially with the more matte finish on the sole plate.
And I also feel like, you know, people kind of knew it's gonna be somewhat like this, just based on the Flyknit Ultra.
Yes.
You know, like it kind of connected the dots a little bit. That
Absolutely.
It's going Flyknit, it's going this way.
But I think that with the whole design and the M on the heel, and we can disagree, agree or disagree if it looks good or if it should have been there, but I think that on the black one, it just looks so much more streamlined and like it's actually there on purpose. It fits in more naturally. I think the whole boot just looks so much better in black, and it does it justice.
As most of the boots do.
As most boots do. Let's be fair. But you touch upon a subject I just wanna bring up here last. We're also gonna discuss it in the review. You can stay tuned for that. It's gonna be out very, very soon of the black colorway of the Superfly, of course. But there we discuss if the Superfly is really a Superfly still. I mean, it's just Ica Vapor. Back in the days, the Superfly was something special. It had carbon fiber, it had flywire cables, it had all this stuff that the Vapors didn't have. Now it's just, it has the dynamic fit color, yes, but I mean...
That's it.
That's it. And we discussed it in our video if it's really worth the money, and came to the conclusion that yes, it is if you like the compressed sensation around your ankle and you like the looks. But I mean, it's a Superfly, man.
Yeah, I know what you mean. You know, to me, I don't have any like emotional connection to that topic because I've never owned a pair of Superflies, like, you know, back in the days.
Okay.
Obviously, I've played with all of the recent ones, but like, I don't really... I understand your point, you know, that to some people, this is like, you know, you can't touch the Super... Like, the Superfly needs to be the creme de la creme.
Oui.
Like, you know, it needs to be the...
Yes, the ball.
Listen,
the ball.
it needs to kill it.
It still does.
Again, you know, this time around, like, I think it's cool, you know, that no matter if you want the low cut or the one with the dynamic fit color, you get the same boot.
I would agree.
Only difference is the sock.
Yes.
I think it's nice, you know, and I don't have any problems going away from the synthetic, although it used to be the Tahitian upper was like amazing.
It was amazing, but I think that once you break this in, it's going to be even more amazing.
Yeah.
And I would disagree with the whole Superfly. I don't care about the naming, but I'm going to get into that in the review. So just wanted to hear your opinion, and we're going to see what happens in the review. Just final notes, Jolter, on this colorway compared to the launch one. What do we say?
It's miles better. Like, obviously, you know, this is more pleasant for, let's say, the majority of people out there.
Yes.
You know, I'm not saying I don't like this one. I think it's cool.
I agree.
Like, you know, imagine this outfit I'm rocking right now. Slap it on.
Yes.
Then it's gonna look good.
It's gonna look good, but it's gonna look even better with this one.
Of course, you know, but I think it's really sick. That's it.
That's it. I agree. I think it's one of the best.
Today's episode is brought to you by
It's also black.
nobody.
Wow. Okay.
This is not brought to you by anybody, by us. Relax, guys.
Listen, I think this is absolutely outstanding. It's one of the best looking Mercurial colorways we've seen. Well, if the Flyknit also black gold counts.
If they don't count.
If they don't count, well, for a very, very, very long time. And I can almost accept the new swoosh size and placement. I'm not necessarily still a fan of it, but it's gonna
To me,
come.
like, honestly, those kind of details don't really...
And it looks good on foot.
It looks good on foot. Although the Flyknit Ultra, like, seriously, they killed it with those colorways.
Yes.
They just gave us black,
But
and
listen,
more black.
listen, this is up there. You gotta
This is
admit,
up- yo.
this is up there. And for me,
I'm not taking anything away from it.
if you've been skeptical, well, this should hopefully put that skepticism to bed. It's a lovely boot. It's a lovely colorway. That's all I'm gonna say. You should go and buy it. There's gonna be a link on the screen if you want it. Then you should let us know what you think about it. You can do that in the comment section below. If you want to check out the review of the Vapor, there's a link right down there. If you want even more stuff and want to catch the Superfly review, there's a green bubble up there. You can click it to subscribe to our channel. You won't regret it. And with that said, Jolter, we're signing off. We'll see you next time. Cheerio. Oh my God, this looks good. Woo!